Oops. No, we don't want to do that. No minimizing the window. It won't let me do it anyway. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are using the guidance for the Joining Enlightened Brigade, Joining Enlightened Miracle Worksheet. Something that Jesus has given us to practice hearing him and speaking his voice, hearing him through our brother, and joining in light together to see what's true, and to say no to the ego, join quickly in light, and look at the desires to deny divinity that we have below our level of awareness. So we just use the worksheet as a reference and let Jesus guide us through the joining, and we begin with light. We begin with the light of divine being, which is our true nature. It's our natural state of stillness. And so we just take a moment now to connect with our inner light and see what we're hearing for a desire to look at in this joining.
Hearing the desire to find happiness through choice.
Mm.
I'm hearing the desire for lack and deprivation. Mm.
Mm. Okay. Yeah. As soon as there's a choice, you can notice that there's with choice, we experience lack and deprivation. As soon as the choice arises. So it's also like looking for happiness through lack and deprivation is what I hear. So these are kind of, we can look at these together. So it's like the choice to find happiness through lack and deprivation. Which does not seem sane. It doesn't make sense. And yet we can just ask Jesus if we have this desire below our level of awareness. Welcome. We're looking at the desire for the experience of the desire to find happiness through the choice of lack and deprivation. So first I hear yes, that I do have the desire to choose, that choice brings happiness. are looking for happiness through choice. To keep lack and deprivation, to keep a sense of lack and deprivation, I look for happiness through choice, so that I can hang on to the experience of lack and deprivation. If you're new to joining with us in the Joining in Light in these groups, we just use the miracle worksheet as a guide given by Jesus to help us learn to. We're practicing listening and speaking Jesus in the joining. And everyone is welcome to share what they're hearing. Just raise your hand and I can ask to unmute you, or you may be able to unmute yourself. First, we ask Jesus to, let's see, we've got our desire now. So he's saying that he's encouraging us to not look upon the error and make it real, to stay below the experience and just stay focused on the desire. Look not at the experience. Join with me to look directly at the desire below the experience. Ask me if you desire the experience that you are having. For example, fear, upset, etc. And if I tell you that you do desire, admit that you do indeed desire the experience. Admission of the desire is powerful. It is no longer holding on to the denial that you are indeed denying divinity. This leads to very fast release and acceptance of the miracle. In other words, you are admitting that you do have a desire to deny that you are light through experience. Ask me then what to do and listen for the answer. Share my answer with your brother.
What I'm hearing is that if I get to choose, I'll choose my preferences, I'll choose my comfort zone, I'll choose what I think makes me happy. However, Jesus more and more is showing me as I look at desires that I really don't know what I really want. I'm really pretty confused about what's in my best interest and what is not.
Yeah, I see that there's like a relishing of power through choice, that the choice is giving me, I can get power through choice.
Relishing of choice is my salvation. Even if it winds up as showing me more about lack and scarcity principles, deprivation.
Yeah, it's like a trick to feel like I'm going to have lack without choice. I'm going to be lacking if I don't have choice. I'm deprived of choice, and I really love feeling deprived. Actually, I relish feeling deprived. So he's just reminding me that we have the power to choose again. And with this looking, it's seeing that he's using choice. The way that he uses choice is to turn it, to flip it. Rather than use it against ourselves, we see the desire to use choice against ourselves. And that we have the power to choose to not do that. We can say no to that. He's saying, ask me whether you are ready for the miracle, for I will tell you if you have a hidden desire to deny the miracle. Ask me if there is anything else you need to see. When I tell you the time is right for a miracle, then you will see it is already accomplished. This will train you to put all miracles under my control and ask for my help for all miracles. I am in charge of the atonement and thus know which miracles are to be performed and what timing is best for miracles, as you desire to refuse yourself miracles and thus suffer the effects of not experiencing miracles and hearing my voice, both of which are natural to you. This is what I mean when I say that miracles must not be under conscious control, as consciousness is a desire to control and thus limit miracles. Thus you must rely on my guidance in this regard. So we can ask if we're ready for the miracle. I hear that there's more to see, so then we can ask if there's holding or release. Which I hear holding.
I do too.
So, It's like a,
He's showing me too that this addiction to choice leaves me constantly evaluating and judging and analyzing, and there's no spaciousness for listening to the inner voice. And I love listening to my own choices and preferences.
yeah, it's like choice just fuels the sense of lack and deprivation. And it seems completely opposite. It seems that without choice, I would feel deprived and lack. So
I love choice.
Relishing choice.
Now, if I can just make a perfect choice, I'll be happy.
yeah, it seems to be that there's a choice between things. If I'm saying yes and no to experiences. When it's like the desire for choice is to say yes to the experience and no to the release to the miracle. So I want the experience more. So I want choice more than God. To keep the sense of lack and deprivation.
He's showing me that I have this view of God as a God of lack and deprivation, that somehow awakening is torturous. So it's, I don't know, that's just kind of surprising. It's very helpful. I joined with Kathleen just a little while ago, and the message coming through her from Jesus was just welcoming and loving. And I noticed that my ego wants to dismiss or see the help from God as difficult and requires certain things be done a certain way. Lack and deprivation. And they're all just errors in thought.
Yeah, I still hear holding, that they're still holding. Oh, Jesus, what do we need to see? What would be most helpful for healing the mind?
I'm hearing that I've held the notion of choice as essential for personal empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And now looking through these new lens, maybe not. But the showing is more towards there's so much more. The sense of the flow that's possible through guidance. And that just kind of knocks out the whole personal choice dilemma.
Yeah, I was hearing the gentle reminder that there's no choice not to be the light. We can ask Jesus, do I have a choice not to be the light? And hear from him. So it's like the holding is to just want to cut off the miracle. And
don't take my choice away.
Yes.
As you were speaking, Renee, about the light, I just felt my shoulders begin to just relax. Just it is that gentle reminder of the light that we all share. It's simplicity itself. And it's also the place of relaxed shoulders.
Yes. Yeah. It does, because I was experiencing some tension in my back and just noticing it, and with the willingness just to speak what I'm hearing, it softens, and then it does, and hearing you speak, it just softens, softens, and then there starts to be like a release of that tension. So, and it is so simple.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, when I was asking that question, do we even have a choice to be anything other than the light? It was like, no, we don't in truth, but we sure the hell try. And so it's like, there's this, we try so hard. It manifests in so many different ways, this attempt to not be the light. And so that's where it's like, I could feel like that's where the conflict and the tension comes in. It's like we're trying to be something that we're not. It's just kind of weird when you see these polarities that are happening in the mind.
Mhm. Yeah, these little tricks the mind plays that we don't usually look at, so we don't even realize that we're undermining, just with our thoughts, we're undermining our happiness and well-being, our awareness of our true identity.
Yeah, there seems to be value in choosing against myself. So I could ask, I just want to ask Jesus, what is it that I value in choosing against myself? What do I think I'm getting from that?
I heard the word certainty.
Mm. Yeah. Jesus, am I looking for certainty through the desire for choice? Ah. So I hear, this is where it's important just to see or ask, can I find certainty through choice? Am I willing to be wrong about this? That certainty can be found through choice. And in the middle of looking, or in the middle of it, if we go into the experience, then it's like it obliterates the light. And then it's just like this experience of anything but the light. So he just encourages us to stay with the desire for the experience. Because there's no need to experience lack and deprivation. We can just see the desire to choose the experience and give it to him. Another way that we say this is that we put it in the light. We place it in the light. And I actually hear that there's been some releasing. So just to keep going, and then we can see if we're ready for a miracle or if we're complete with this desire for now. If we hear that we're not ready for a miracle, we can just ask if we're complete for now or if there's more to see.
Well, I hear there's definitely more to see.
You know, choice is such an integral part of who I think I am, so deeply ingrained that to even begin to get some sense of it, of the value I place on it seems challenging.
Kathleen, you didn't say independence, you used another word. Do you remember? He was giving you
Autonomy?
like the value. No, not autonomy. It was
Freedom?
it was like that. It was similar to independence. It was a different word, but
I remember, but I have to check the
certainty
notes.
though. That's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the video.
Yeah.
So if need be, you can refer back.
Mhm.
What I hear is we're getting close to like our time, what the time frame that we want to be in for the looking, which is about 40 minutes. So we can just continue to relish this. Just keep relishing. I didn't write the desire down, but it's I'll say it and then y'all can help me. To find, was it to find happiness through the choice for lack and deprivation?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm hearing we covered many pages in this book, but there's still more to go.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, the last thing I heard was the choice to be anything other than love is the choice for lack and deprivation.
Yeah, I'm just hearing, to see that contrast, that lack and deprivation cannot coexist with the light. Like even if I want to deny that I am the light, I can see, I'm willing to see that contrast between the light and the desire for the experience. To see that they can't coexist. And then just stay with the relishing of the desire. And letting it, we also say letting it burn in the light. And then we're also invited to speak to Jesus throughout the day. He's put out the welcome mat for that in A Course in Miracles, and it's continued through Jesus and New Covenant. And these joinings is just join with your brother and speak to me and speak what you're hearing. Because you can ask me anything and you can do anything that I ask. And so feels like there's just a willingness to rest in the light and let him reveal, all the relishing of it. And we'll just continue to look at this. We continue to look at the desire until there's nothing left, until it is completely gone. Because he's promised that without the desire for it, there cannot be the experience. You will not experience it anymore. So this is very powerful. And thank you all for coming and joining. We'll have Wednesday, tomorrow will be a live session. So it'll be like satsang speaking and then question and answer afterwards. And it'll be in English and Spanish.
Being in control and out of control at the same time.
Thank you. Yes. This one, she does the invitations on Facebook. So love us up on Facebook too. If you feel the call to do so, and comment, leave comments. And we continue to extend through Facebook. We have a phone app, the Enlightenment phone app. And you can find the Joining in Light Miracle Worksheet on the phone app in a couple places, and on our website, joininginlight.net. And we have a Facebook Messenger group where we post reminders for events that we're having, joinings, and everything that's up and coming. So I think
Join
that
us.
covers it for now.
Join.
Yes. Thank you so much. We love you.